Hi everybody, welcome. This is the previous clients. Okay, sorry. Okay, this is the swim intensives Zoom meeting for my previous clients that I had last year. Um, Welcome. Thank you all for coming back. Um, I like I can't believe that it's been like a whole year. And also I can't wait for summer because the snow is really, really old. So we're gonna run through this, I think, fairly quickly. So we'll go through like kind of go back a little bit about us, then about the swim intensive, some other programs I have for you guys or people you know, and then just like general questions. And then we'll open it up to the floor if anyone has any actual questions. All right, so first thing is about me. I am Dr. Denise DeRose, a physical therapist, but also swim instructor since 2008. I did lessons privately in people's homes since 2008. I remember being at the YMCA and someone came up to me and she's like, "Do you do this at home? Like, do you go to people's houses?" And I was like, "No, but I guess I could. I could try." And that was like my first client. So, since then, I've had clients like throughout since 2008 and it's 2026. So many years, like almost 2 decades now. Um, I think I took one summer off when I was pregnant with my daughter because she came in August. So I think I took that one summer off, but otherwise, I've been doing it. I did lessons for the YMCA, Freedom Aquatics. I got my water safety instructor certificate, a whole bunch of, that's okay, no worries. Um, and swim coach, water safety instructor, I don't know, a whole bunch of things. You guys heard my spiel last year. Work with kids with special needs, of course. And I have 3 kids myself. I really wanted to talk to you guys about the instructors I have this year. Um, Last year when I did this Zoom meeting, I only was doing it for me, and I asked some instructors that I worked with before if they wanted to join me, and 2 of them did. So that's Christian and Joe. Christian is currently in his first year at Villanova. Last I spoke to him about this, he wanted to major in engineering, but he is really good with kids, so maybe we can convince him to switch it up. And then also, hold on. Um, Wait a second. I haven't done a Zoom in a while, so bear with me. So that's Christian. Christian had a bunch of, well, they both did. I got a lot of people say, "Oh, I only want a female instructor." And I said, "I just don't have one." And they had Christian and Joe, and all of them said how pleasantly surprised they were, and how well the boys worked with all of the kids. So that's Christian. Joe is finishing up his senior year at Farrell. He's going to be going away to college doing something. I'm not really sure. We haven't spoken about it. Ultimately, he wants to be in the fire department. Last we spoke about it, but he also has a kind way with the kids. And now this year, I have somehow gotten 3 more instructors, all ladies. So the first one is Kerry. Kerry is actually a new mom. I didn't ask how old she is, but I guess late 20s, early 30s. So she's a new mom. Her daughter is like maybe 7 months. Her birthday's in the fall. So Carrie's like getting ready to get back into work. You know how we all get that feeling like I kind of want to leave the nest and do something for myself or do something for the family, and the baby's good now and can be with grandma. So she messaged me about it, and Carrie is actually an old South Shore Swim Club family. She's like the youngest of 5, and they're all swimmers. So she knows what she's doing, and she has a very kind demeanor. So I'm looking forward to her really doing lessons. And then I also have Alyssa and Kylie. Alyssa and Kylie did lessons with me at South Shore Swim Club for the past 3 or 4 years, so I've been kind of training them there. At the swim club, I don't know if I got into this last year, but at the swim club, I organized we all have to do like volunteer hours. So I organized group swimming lessons for the kids. So I had Christian, Joe, Alyssa, and Kylie doing those lessons for me for the past 3, 4 years. And the girls agreed to join me this year. Alyssa is a freshman in college as well. She told me that she has open availability, but she needs to do volunteer hours at the dentist office because she wants to be a dentist. So if any dentist families in here can maybe hook her up. That would be nice. And Kylie is in a PA program. She's a freshman in college as well. So you guys can see, Joe is finishing out his freshman year, but I'm sorry, his senior year at high school, but I have all college kids and above. Nothing against the high school kids. I love them too. I was a high school kid doing lessons once, but you know, I work with these guys for years and they're all wonderful. We worked very, very well as a team last year, Joe, Christian, and I know with the girls, it's going to be the same thing. We have like a whole system where I have my like Word document online. They go online, they see who they have, they see the addresses, they see the goals that we talk about, and then they go. And then Monday, after all their lessons, they text me, and it's usually a long paragraph about what this one did, what was good for this one, what was hard for this, how do I handle this? And I coach them through all that. So, you know, essentially, you know me, I've been working with all kinds of kids, all kinds of personalities for many years. Um, and we can pretty much handle any situation. And, this swim intensive program, as you guys saw last year, it's pretty specific. Like we need a specific kind of kid. Like or not, it's not for everybody. So we kind of like alter as we go as well, which I'll get into in a second. Yeah, so that's all I want to say about the instructors. They're trained by me. They're all swimmers themselves. They all have experience under my supervision doing lessons. We talk before the lesson, we talk during, we talk at the end of the week. We make sure everything's effective. I talk to the parents as well. You guys know I'm always texting you about how did it go, making sure you're feeling good, making sure the child's feeling good, all that stuff. And you guys know that I'm here not to like just take your money. I'm here to really get your kids to learn how to swim. This is a passion of mine because unfortunately kids do drown every summer and it's heart-wrenching. Um, and lessons is like the best bet to avoid that. Not trying to scare anybody. Always watch your kids in the pool, even if they're doing lessons, even if they know how to swim, you never know. It could take someone else jumping in the pool on them. You always got to watch your kids in the pool. All right, so let's get into, yep, it worked very well last year. I said that already. All right, so we're doing 40-minute lessons 5 days in a row. Um, there's no 4-day weeks actually, because July 4th is on a Saturday this year. So we're gonna do all 5-day weeks. We come to any pool you want. You tell me if you're picking May, June, it's got to be heated. I might do away with May, honestly. Guys, I didn't really have that many clients last year in May. And all these kids are going to college or in college, so it's only going to be Carrie doing lessons in August. I might end it like August 7th because then it's only going to be Carrie. I don't know how much she can take. Um, so definitely look at your calendars and try to book earlier. Last June was very hot. That one week we had that was like super duper hot. And Christian had like 6 lessons a day. And I texted him the day before and I'm like, I'm sorry for my mom text, but please bring your ice water, large jug, because it was so hot. Um, so June could be really good or June can be really rainy. So I guess we'll have to see how it goes. But definitely if you're like between 2 weeks, pick the earlier week because if it rains or the weather's not good, I have a better chance of pushing you to the next week. Instead of you're like you pick the second week and then it's kind of like we have to push you back, but we can't because then you have camp or on vacation or something. We bring everything as you know, but you got to buy your own goggles. The goggles without the nose piece, only the eye goggles, please. We bring all the toys, all the devices that we want. If you have your backpack from last year, take that out. If you have a lesson, if you pick a lesson week in July, but you want to start in June, I'm going to send everything way before your lesson starts. I'll probably get that together like probably by May, so you can buy anything that you want if you wanted to start sooner and like start working on those skills. Last year we did the backpacks and the fins. It was so effective. So we're definitely doing that again. So I may ask you to get your own fins, but backpacks we're going to provide. Toys we're going to bring if there's a toy that your kid really loves, water toy, pool toy, whatever, get it on your own and make it like, okay, if you do good with Christian, then you're going to get this. don't be afraid to get scrappy with it. These things cost a lot of money and it's for the kids' own benefit. So whatever's going to get them in the pool having fun, it's worth it. Okay, lessons are rain or shine. So obviously not thunderstorms. If the weather's really bad, we cancel. And last year I was very much like adamant on if the weather's bad, there's nothing I can do. This year I have way more wiggle room because I have five instructors. Um, so essentially, like, we can probably make it up. But like I said, try to pick an earlier week if you can. Of course, if it's cold and your pool's not heated, then you want to do later because those cold pools, the kids don't really last 40 minutes, especially the small little skinny ones. Okay. Um, okay, if the weather's really bad, or your kid's sick. I think we only had one sick who may be in this Zoom right now. That's okay. We're not going to come and like force the kid to be vomiting in the pool and during a swim lesson. So, if that happens, I'll refund you. It's no problem. Okay. So that's that. Keep watching the kids in the pool. I can't say that enough. Even though we're doing these lessons, sometimes the kid gets too confident and then they jump in without the backpack. I'm like, I do lessons with Joe and I know how to swim. And then they jump in the pool and they can't swim because they're not wearing the backpack, they're not wearing the fins, they're not wearing the goggles. So I cannot stress that enough. And of course, I'm swim lesson lady. So everybody likes to tell me their near drowning stories. And like it happens and it's quite scary, especially now, like as a mom, like no, it's too much. Okay, so if you guys, I don't think anyone's gonna do this, but if you wanted to book 2 weeks, you can. Um, Christian gave me open availability the whole summer. Everyone pretty much did. Joe's the busiest one because he has a senior swim team year. But you know, if you wanted to do like 1 week in June, 1 week towards the end of July, you can, or you can book it and then we could always cancel the second week for my old clients. That's fine for me. And a bunch of you actually reached out and said that the older one's good. Now you want to get started with the younger one. So I always tell everybody that this program, the intensive, it's really for kids above 3 and potty trained. If I have a kid who's fearless, potty trained, mature, loves the pool, who's like 2, I'll try it. We can try. But really, those kids need more time than a week. And like I said, I'm not here to take your money. We're here to build on those foundational skills, putting their face in the pool, getting water on their head, starting bubbles, learning the correct kick, not with the legs flying up in the air, putting the fingers together, like all those kinds of basic foundational skills we build at 1, 2, 3 years old so that by the time they're 4, they could fall in the pool and get to the side safely. Um, Really, if anyone comes to me and they're like, "Oh, I have a 5-year-old," I'm gonna be like, "Oh, no problem, easy. 5 will be swimming in a week." I'm that confident about it. I mean, unless the kid's like really, 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 really afraid. And my special needs friends sometimes they take a little bit longer too. But really, if you have a kid under 3, not potty trained, I have swim tots for them, which I'm gonna get into in a second. And yeah, that's really it. So don't forget, this is an intensive week. So I need you guys at home to be practicing with them when we're not there. So if your lesson's at 10 a.m., get in the pool later on at like 3, 4 o'clock. Practice those things that you and Alyssa practiced. Practice in the tub, practice the bubbles, read books about it, talk about it, have dinner. What did you learn with Alyssa today? What did you practice with Kylie today? So like this is a motor skill, and I think that's why it was so successful last year because we practiced literally every day. When you're doing those lessons every week, it's like week 1 is good, week 2 is good, week 3 someone's sick, week 4 I'm on vacation, week 5 you're on vacation, weeks then they forgot completely everything that they did. So keep talking about that and keep, you know, drilling it into them, and then also talking about how you don't go in the pool without an adult. That's also can't say that enough. Um, okay. One last note about the instructors. I was not gonna do this summer because last summer I like threw myself into like a few flare-ups. I have like psoriatic arthritis now and I have Raynaud's. So it's really fun getting old and being like, having 3 kids and nursing 3 kids. This is my new thing that I have. It was really bad last summer. Like I would get out of the pool and my whole fingers would be white. And then the stress of trying to balance everything, it was really a lot. And I know that you're all moms and you get it. And it's very hard to say no to doing something, but I will not be doing any pool lessons this year. I'm going to be your behind the scenes lady. I'm going to be coaching. I'm going to coaching the kids what to do, coaching the instructors what to do with your kids. I'm going to be collecting the money, the registration documents, all the back end things that I could do at 5:30 in the morning when all my kids are asleep. Um, and I am sorry about that. And I really do like doing lessons myself. I really do. It's really fun for me and easy at this point. And I all the kids I had last year have such big personalities. They really are so funny. Um, but I am afraid if I start saying yes to some people, then it's going to be like a slippery slope, and then I'll be in the same position last year, and then I'll have a new diagnosis when I do this Zoom next year. So that's my story. But I would not have done this Staten Island Swim Intensives business, like started its own LLC, its own thing, if I didn't have Christian and Joe say they would come back. Like that's how much I trust them. When they said to me that they'll come back, they'll, work for me again, and they're wonderful. I was like, okay, then I'm going to do this because I have them. So I trust them. I want you guys to trust them too. Okay, so the weeks. Essentially, I put to start June 1st and end August 14th. Those are all the weeks. Week one to 11 weeks. So for my previous clients, what I'm doing for you guys is I'm telling you, you can pick whatever week, whatever time, whatever instructor. You can tell me you want Christian again, Joe from last year. You could tell me I want a female instructor, and you guys get first dibs. So you don't have, we are still going to chat like we did last year, but I'm letting my old clients, my previous clients, like essentially book without chatting with me because I trust you guys and I know that like you guys are good. And we still are going to chat because I want to know updated goals for this summer. If you have another kid, what you want to work on with them. So we are still going to chat, but I'm allowing you to essentially book first dibs without chatting first. I am having a booking link, so you can book the 10-minute chat. I put a few times up for like next Thursday, the Thursday after, a few other times. So yeah, June 1st, August 14th. If you want May, let me know. The kids are home. I'm sorry, the instructors are home. I keep calling them kids. They're kids to me because I've known them since Alyssa, I've known since she's like 0 years old because my sister is best friends with her siblings. So I know Alyssa a very long time. Um, So pretty much, I'm booking on the hour because they're 40 minutes long. Essentially, 5-minute warm up, 30-minute lesson, 35 minutes, and then the last 5 minutes is going to be mom take video, review this, practice this later, all that stuff, 40 minutes ish. And then 20 minutes, I'm trying to group everybody together. Staten Island, you guys know, like when I started these lessons, it was like I can get from point A to point B in like 5 minutes, and now it's like 20 minutes. It's incredible how much traffic. So yeah, old clients can pick time right now. We'll chat later. Just I ask that you share the program. Okay, pricing. So this year I am charging 120 a day. It's a little more than last year. You will not believe the stupid things that I have to pay for to open an LLC in New York State. Um, so that's what it is. So it's 120 a day, 600 for the week. I'm asking everybody to send me 120 for holding a spot. And then so that's essentially like the first lesson, and then the rest is payable on the first day of your lesson. So you have a lot of time to plan ahead. Um, and I have not gotten the account together yet. So if you want to Zelle me, Venmo me, give me cash when you see me, that's fine. And remember, we just charge by the time. I don't care if you have 10 kids in the lesson and you're splitting it 10 ways. I don't recommend that. I recommend that if you want to find a friend with a kid who is similar to your kid in terms of age, skill, and maturity, then that could be a good fit. But if I have two kids in a lesson, I need an adult to be very close by. Because if one falls in, so like if Christian has two kids and he's at one side of the pool with one and the other one jumps in, he's got to run back. And of course, he's a swimmer, so he's going to get there very fast. But it's good to have another adult there who is going to be good. You guys got to also feel it out. You got to be there and watching and be present. But become, if you distract the kid or the kid is distracted by you, then you maybe want to step back a little bit, and let the instructors do their things. But again, like I said, like if you want to split the cost with a friend, that's totally fine. Like a lot of people did that last year. Someone had twins and they did the whole 40 minutes together. You could also split it, like we're just there by the time. It's 40-minute lessons. So if you have one kid who you're like, I really think my 5-year-old is going to learn to swim this year, you can book the 5-year-olds for 30 minutes and then put your 2-year-old just for 10 minutes at the end. We go into more detail about that in the chat. Um, but that's just like my way of kind of lowering the cost for you guys. No registration fee. I hate that. So we're not doing that. Okay, we talked about the chats. It's the same thing as last year. We chat for 10 minutes. You tell me about your goals, what your kids doing these days. And then I'm honest about what I think is appropriate and what's not. So if the kids under 3, not potty trained, the Swim Tots program would probably be a better option for that. We are going to be starting that again in April. Um, and then, that's every Saturday at a pool in New Jersey. So you can totally come to that, even if you want to start now, like with those basic skills, so that by the time the swim intensive week comes, you're like a step ahead. Because truth of the matter is, we don't live in Florida or California where it's not warm all the time. We can't just practice these skills now. We have to, push it all together. Um, so that's the Swim Tots thing. Carrie is also going to be joining us with that, and my friend Elena, the speech language pathologist. So that's going to be fun. Singing, dancing, swimming. And I also pair with Freedom Aquatics to do that because they handle all the rental and the stuff that I really don't want to deal with. So that's going to be in April. I think that first Saturday, the 4th, I think it is. And then also for my old clients, or people that are a little bit, kids who are a little older, I'm also offering, instead of the intensive week. So we have intensive week, we have the swim tots, but then also if you want, I'm offering refreshers, I'm calling them. So essentially, like, you had the intensive last year, you're feeling really good about it. You don't think you need 5 days. You need like 1 or 2, or maybe your schedule doesn't allow you to be a week fully off. Like you're only off on Wednesday. We can work something out. Like I have enough instructors now that I can do weekly lessons. It's not what I prefer, but if that's all you can do, I think it's better than nothing. And that's just charged by the time, 120 a session. So that's all I got for you guys. So pretty much from here, you're gonna look at your calendar, pick a week, pick a time, email it to me, and I'll hold it for you. Um, and then we'll book the chat. You can, and if that time is open, then, you can send me the deposit. And then that's really it. Then I have to come up with forms. Um, and you're gonna have to sign those before the lesson because I have to be a little bit more on paper this year. And then, of course, I'm gonna reach out to you guys like the week before, like I did last year. Like, you ready for your week with Christian? These are your times. This is the address of the pool that we're going to. These are some tips and helpful things. And this is my Amazon list if you want me to buy goggles or anything else. Yeah, I wrote it here. Yeah, all my tips and tricks. So I spoke a lot. Who has questions for me? You can type it in the chat. You can um, unmute yourself, whatever you want to do. If no one has any questions, that's okay as well. Nobody? Everybody good? Thumbs up? All right. I guess that's it then. All right. So I guess I'll be hearing from everybody. You all have my number. So you could text me, you could email me, Instagram message me, whatever you want. Um, And I guess I'll talk to you guys soon. Uh, and if I don't get back to you right away, I promise I'll get back to you. All right. Have a good night, everybody. Thank you.
Bye. Thank you, Denise.